Hi, it's Jesse, the founder of Max Fun, coming to you from the microphone at my home office where I am socially segregating. So we promised you a Max Fun drive this week, but things haven't exactly gone how we expected. So given the pandemic, we're going to postpone this year's drive. Events are still fluid, so we're hesitant to give you specifics about new dates. Right now, we have late April penciled into our calendars. We'll keep you posted about that. As it stands, a lot of our drive machinery was already cranked up. So for one thing, you might hear a reference or two to the drive in our shows, which might have been recorded before we made this decision. And here is some good news. There's a bunch of great bonus content available for all of our Max Fun members. If you're a member and you missed the email with instructions on how to listen, check your spam folder or log in at MaximumFun.org/manage. Also at MaximumFun.org/manage, you can change your membership if your circumstances have changed. We know this is a tough time for a lot of people, and we understand. You can also go to MaximumFun.org/join at any time if you'd like to become a member. During the next couple of weeks, what would have been the drive, we're going to do our best to be extra available to you. We've got some streaming events planned, some social media stuff. We know a lot of folks are isolated right now, and we want to help provide comfort in the best ways that we know how. You can follow us on social media and we'll let you know what's up. During this tough time, I have been feeling really grateful for my community of colleagues here at Max Fun and for you, the folks who make our work possible. Goofy as that work may sometimes be. Stay safe out there. We're thinking of you.
Hello, I'm Hal Lublin.
And I'm Mark Gagliardi.
Since the dawn of humanity, one issue has gone unsettled. With the fate of the world in the balance, we're here to settle, once and for all. Best condiment.
That's right. Don't worry, everyone. We got this.
Podcast should have a theme song. Podcast should not have a theme song. Yes, they should. No, they shouldn't. They sound good. Yeah, but people are just going to skip past it. You know what? You're right. We got this.
All right. Thank you to K-Play Bass for this.
Yeah, this is an exciting one.
Yeah.
And we have a great guest here for this one.
We sure do.
First of all, hi, Hal. I just went straight into the guest.
This is, the people are listening to this, it's like April.
Yeah.
But we're recording frantically to cover the time
while I'm out of town. Yeah. We are in the midst of an epic marathon of recording. We got this episodes.
Yes.
And we have first of two episodes, dear friend of ours and friend of the show, previous guest on the show, Eric Edelstein.
Hi, friends.
Hey.
How are
Good
you?
to see you,
I'm
buddy.
so fired up.
I love that we have this topic for you because you suggested the first ever topic that we did. Because I was telling you what this is the podcast we're doing. Like, oh yeah, like whether you should put ketchup on a hot dog.
Yeah, so we're back at it because I still have the same opinion.
We're back at condiments.
And I honestly feel like, from the time I suggested the podcast idea or the episode idea to now, the world has become even more polarized, even more anti-ketchup on a hot dog.
True.
I just, I merely brought it up on Doug Benson's podcast.
Yeah.
His food worm. I'm like, no, people get furious. He's like, I don't believe you. So he tweeted like, should you put ketchup on a hot dog? Yes, no, hell no. And he was shocked at the people saying hell no.
Yeah. It's crazy. Where do you fall on it?
I love ketchup on a hot dog.
You love ketchup on a hot dog?
Well, and that's what I think we'll really have a great time getting into today, because are we going to narrow it down to just one condiment?
Yeah.
We're going to pick
We're going
one.
to choose the single greatest of all condiments.
Wow. So you're not approaching it from, you're at a game, you want a hot dog, you want one thing you can put on there.
No. This is not hot dog specific.
Yeah.
Though I do like where your head's at as far as like
the utility
idea
of
I've got this food in front of me. What do I reach for? Like that notion to me is going to come into play. Now we're talking strictly in this regard. First of all, I want to say the other reason that I think you're a perfect guest for this episode. Not a lot of people know this about it. People know you. We should tell everybody they know Eric Edelstein as the voice of Grizz on We Bear Bears.
Yeah.
And from nearly every TV show that you like, he has shown up on.
Yeah, he's French Canadian Bigfoot in that commercial. What was that?
Yay.
Was that a car commercial?
Oh no, that was for Mythbusters. Way early.
You were a French Canadian Bigfoot?
Yeah.
How did I not know this one?
Oh yeah,
that
way
was
back
early.
in the day.
That was almost fresh out of Second City, wasn't it?
Right then. In fact, I remember I did that commercial. It was like 14 hours in Griffith Park in a Bigfoot suit, and then I went to my bouncing job, faking my way through bouncing at the Cat and Fiddle.
Unbelievable.
Because I needed the money. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Look, that's the life of the journeyman actor in Los Angeles.
That is it, man.
You do your
Hollywood.
You do your gig during the day.
Is.
Yeah, I would do a kids show for the Disney Channel, and then put on the apron and go wait tables at the Standard overnight.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's the game.
I worked on a pilot that took like 14 hours to shoot, and I got cut at 3 a.m., drove to my office and slept on a couch for 2 hours, and then got up and worked a full
No, are you kidding?
Yep.
Oh, God.
Brutal.
Live the dream.
That's what you do.
That's
part of
what
it.
you do.
Yeah.
And now
I would never.
I
mean, like, I'm like, what am I going to be mad? I got to shoot a pilot.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
the best
amazing.
thing in the world. I'm tired for a day. I get to remember that for a lifetime. Damn it.
But aside from being the picture in the dictionary when you look up journeyman actor, Eric Edelstein is also, and you do this, you and I eat out together a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Or eat at home together a lot, just chill and order food. And every time the food arrives, it is Eric will open up the fridge, grab every sauce in the door, every condiment I've got, or if it's a restaurant, every condiment that they have. A salsa bar is a perfect example.
Oh, yeah.
And then the chef will get to concocting. I think I still have in the fridge, I have a little bit left of some hot sauce that you just invented one day. You're like, hey, you know what would be good in a hot sauce? Little of this, little of this, little of this. And I was like, holy crap, this. So you are a man who knows his sauces. You enjoy a sauce
guy. I make it. The last few months I've been making this homemade Burgerville sauce. Burgerville is a local burger chain where I'm from. And I can't do dairy or eggs anymore. So I made a version without it. And it tastes the same. So I love making sauces too. I'm a sauce guy.
You're a sauce guy.
I love it.
So what better than the sauce guy?
When you go to the fridge to just grab every sauce.
Yeah.
Do you know how you're going to be using it? Or are you like, I'm going to figure it out as I go?
I mean, I'm going to improvise a lot, although lately more and more I've been making my own sauces. Right. So like the hot sauce in Mark's fridge, I just added it's Frank's hot sauce, which I love, and then I added pure capsaicin.
Oh, wow.
So it's like Frank's with a little bit more.
But you put a little garlic in there. There's
maybe a little bit of honey.
There's a little truffle salt in there, a little honey.
Oh, yeah. You want to mix it up a little bit.
You did a mishmash of all kinds.
I love it, man.
I
love it. No. Well, and that's why I'm kind of also scientifically food-wise against the ketchup beef. Because if you're looking for something perfect, if you get the theoretical hot dog, and there's even a show on Netflix thing called Sugar, Salt, Acid, Heat.
Great show.
And if you can find a way to get all those on your hot dog, and if you do ketchup, mustard, sauerkraut, pickles, now you're starting to get almost all of it on that hot dog.
Right.
You want to deprive yourself a little bit of sweet on that hot dog at a game? Are you kidding? You
More
do?
than anything in the world.
Here we go.
More than anything.
This is why we're here, friends.
But
Never. So what are you putting on your dog?
I just want mustard on there. I maybe do. You know what? If there was a pickle spear on there, I wouldn't hate it. Some sautéed onions.
I love that. I love that.
I like sautéed onions if it's a Polish. If it's a thin hot dog, sautéed onions kind of overwhelm it. Yeah. But like an Italian sausage or a Polish sausage, I would do onions on that.
Honestly, if I went to Wrigley and I asked for a hot dog, exactly what they put on it is exactly what I'll do.
What do they do on it in Wrigley?
They do like peppers and onions.
And like a proper like big Chicago dog that they do.
Sauerkraut. Maybe they put sauerkraut on there.
Yeah.
But there's no if you put ketchup on a hot dog in Chicago, they'll run you out.
Oh, and
it's just mustard and relish.
I'll do it loudly, bigly in front of them.
Of course you will.
No, because then they're fast. You talk to them like, no, I voted for Obama, pal. Talk to somebody else. No, I voted for Jeb. Then they're both screaming at me about putting ketchup on my hot dog because an inner fascist lives in everyone. And if you want to expose that inner fascist, slowly, languidly, pull out ketchup, put it on a hot dog, as I do, because I like to identify the fascists in my midst. Because the ones like, what are you doing? And you see them get physically upset in front of you. You've now identified someone who's physically upset by something that does not affect them at all. It's
Hold
good
on
to
a
know.
second. Being upset by something that does not affect you at all is the bread and butter of our show. Eric.
Oh, yeah. I think I'm learning a lot of really uncomfortable truths about myself right now.
Well, then that's why we're here. Everything for a reason, friend.
Should I lay down on the couch?
No, you already are. It's a metaphorical couch. It's your podcast.
Oh, I've never felt better.
Yay!
I'm free.
Let me ask you this, Eric.
So much hate.
Did you come into this episode in the interest of mining the depths of this condiment ore that we have found to find and truly uncover the gold? Or did you come in here hot for ketchup to make a point?
I came in hot for ketchup to make a point because I think it's a greater outlier and a greater indicator of what's kind of going on in our society now.
This I am 100% ready for. And
well, don't you think?
This is why I was excited about this topic. Tertiary reason.
Why should anyone care if I put ketchup on hot? But did you ever see when Bourdain had Obama on?
And he said putting ketchup on a hot dog is for children.
He's like, would you put ketchup on it? He's like, yeah, if I were 12.
Yeah.
And and you'll hear that, but it's fascinating to me because why do people care? Why do people care about me putting ketchup on a hot dog or have this bold opinion of it?
Because people want to be right. And if I don't put it on, like ultimately I think that's why this podcast is still going after 5 years. When somebody suggests a topic, they're not like, I really don't know what condiment I like. Yeah. That person has got one for mustard and wants us to pick. They're like, will you tell me if I'm like, just tell me I'm right so that I can go, well, these two strangers have said that I'm right. So I think that there's a piece of that in everybody. I think everybody on some topic wants to feel like they're right.
That's amazing.
And want it confirmed.
I think one thing that we have learned in doing 250 plus episodes of this show is that on some topic, everyone is right.
Yeah.
And you're right. There is someone who eats ketchup on a hot dog who might actually believe correctly about one of our topics.
I want to understand something though, because we're going to take a walk through it. We know that you're a ketchup guy.
Yeah, I
love ketchup as well.
Yeah, just not on a hot dog.
Just not on a hot dog.
A hamburger?
Yeah.
Yeah, love it, right?
Yeah, of course. Put it on there.
That's amazing though, but what's the difference? It's a hot salted meat.
No, there is that would be like saying any meat with salt on it is the same.
Well, but it's like, what are we going the semantics of like, ketchup because this is a noble sausage that deserves just a little ketchup? No,
I don't like ascribe it some higher, like there's a caste system to hot meats.
There kind of is.
There might be.
Yeah. Like, a steak with some salt on the crust is hot salted meat, but so is Spam that's been in the oven.
That's true.
There is definitely a hierarchy of meat, and traditionally ketchup was, originally ketchup was used to mask flavor.
I mean, originally it was a medicine. It was a poison. No.
Originally, actually.
What?
Yeah.
A poison?
They thought it was a poison, and then it was like a.
Oh, you're talking. No, this is that's tomatoes.
Right. This is like it was used for like to help soothe upset stomachs, like for indigestion.
You're kidding.
And then as medicine.
Yeah. 18th century Europe. Originally, it came from China, and was called, as we talked in our 2 episodes we've done. This is our 3rd. We've done a ketchup trifecta.
Well, it's an important thing.
I get it. It began as a Chinese fish sauce called ketchup.
Yeah.
But the fish was gradually removed, tomatoes gradually introduced, and the name changed to ketchup in Britain, and that is where the genesis of ketchup came from.
Amazing, because the British get a lot of flack for their cuisine, but they did give us ketchup.
They gave us ketchup and they gave us HP sauce.
I was about to say, I love HP sauce.
The British gave us 3 of the big condiments that I think we're going to talk about today, and that is mustard, ketchup, and steak sauce.
Wow.
All 3 of those British in origin.
Is this Worcestershire sauce, or you're talking about the thicker, like that's the HP sauce?
HP sauce. Okay. No, Worcestershire sauce was invented in 1835 by Lee and Perrins, whose names are still on the bottle.
Yes.
In the town
British,
of Worcester.
Right? Yeah.
Also British, yeah.
So we're talking 4 now iconic sauces.
All English. And, may I say this? They are kind of responsible for the whole shebang, because prior to the 19th century, there was no industrial revolution, so there was no mass produced, like if you had a sauce, you made that sauce at home.
Right. Everybody's was different.
Yeah, exactly. And it wasn't until the 19th century that everyone was having the same uniformity in these sauces.
Wow.
So I have in front of me, I have several that I would like to discuss.
Did you go to Ranker and just look up a list?
No, I have about 5 different, just sauce lists and culinary experts.
Because we have a researcher, Kate McManus, who does a ton of great work for us.
Oh, but when we decide on a topic about an hour and a half,
because he's like, I've got 5 tabs open.
Yeah. So then I just slow down talking on the show because I'm searching between tabs.
One of them is a page with just a bunch of pop-up ads on it, but I think there's going to be something good on
this one. Wants me to sign up for a newsletter before it will let me see what's underneath,
and I'm going to do it.
Yeah. But there are a lot of condiments that show up, and there are a lot of international condiments that have been showing up just by popularity in the United States. Can you tell me what the top 3 most popular sauces are?
By sales.
You know what? Honestly, I don't know if it's by sales or by volume. Or
so like ketchup would be one.
Ketchup is one.
Salsa.
Incorrect. But salsa is definitely on every list that I've got in front of me.
Is that a condiment?
Salsa is a condiment, yeah.
Okay. Because I always think of it as a dip rather
Actually,
than something I put on. Because what is a condiment? Condiment is something you put on.
You're right.
You dip, but also you put it on top, right?
Well, I'm gonna go out and say we can narrow it down to post 19th century mass produced sauces. Because if we want to go to the literal definition of condiment, like go back to the Latin of it and the way that it's been used forever and ever, salt is a condiment. But we're not going to talk about
salt is a
we consider
seasoning.
salt a seasoning, exactly, but all seasonings are condiments, technically. But I think we should narrow it just to like sauces.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because there are a lot of things that come from Old Latin that are dumb.
Yeah.
We should and we can move on. We've evolved.
Sure, like a pre-1950s mass.
Yeah.
Didn't end well for those guys
Or
back then.
being more than 5 foot tall on average.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a reason your language is dead, Latin.
Yeah.
It got weird at the end for them.
But that was Caligula and Nero.
No, by association, man.
Yeah.
They're not here.
They still claim that horse is a senator.
Yeah, if they were here, we'd be able to go have a mass in Latin, huh?
Yeah. So salt is a condiment, but a horse can serve public office.
Yeah.
So let's say that it's sauces, because I don't think that, let's say it's one of these,
Sure.
that began with Britain, because no Brit ever put a horse in parliament, right?
But soy sauce has got to count as a condiment.
Soy sauce is number 3.
Oh, is it really?
In the United States. This is national. This is in the U.S. Soy sauce is the number 3.
So ketchup, soy sauce, and what's number 2?
Mustard.
It's not number 2. It's number 1 above ketchup.
What?
All others.
And you know what's funny? Because it is a condiment that I know you hate.
Oh, is it mayonnaise?
Mayonnaise.
Oh, you're kidding.
Is the number 1. Because think about it.
No.
Numbers don't lie, friend.
They don't.
Oh, it's so good.
Think about everything that is made with mayonnaise. Add garlic and it's aioli.
Diarrhea.
Add ketchup and it's Thousand Island dressing.
An upset stomach.
Add mustard and ketchup and it's
Bile and
remoulade.
projectile vomiting.
Okay. Well,
those
look,
are 6
Hal,
things.
Oh, I
with
love
mayonnaise.
it. I love it.
we can't, Hal, we have to be objective on this show.
You're right.
It is objectively
Garbage.
no. It is
No?
it is
Popular.
objectively popular, useful, appears in everything,
Sure.
and
Yeah, it was in It's a Mad World. It appeared in that.
You ever had
sure everyone appeared in It's a Mad
Sure,
Mad
they're
World.
all in it.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, it's a binder when you cook. And it
Yeah.
can be used for tons of stuff. Have you ever had garlic bread at the smokehouse?
Yes.
Mayo. That's their secret ingredient.
Yeah.
No.
And a really
not
great
butter.
garlic bread. Mayo.
Wow.
You'd
It's
be
mayonnaise
shocked.
with garlic and parmesan.
Yeah, because you're not only now talking condiment, but you're talking cooking tool.
That's the and that's another
Sure.
question is, do we think that what's going to wind up being the best condiment, is it going to have an element of usefulness in cooking, or is it going to be simply something that's on the table? Because
How versatile it is important.
I think so. Because there's a lot of sauces like, you don't really cook with HP sauce or A1.
You can.
You
but
can, but it's more for
Worcestershire sauce, you do. You put
do.
that
Yeah.
into things.
Oh,
Generally
yeah.
to make other sauces, but also as like a rub or,
I do it on veggie burgers.
Yep.
I had a little coat with seasoning and Worcestershire to make like a little.
I'm just going to start reading I'm going to read off. This is not in any particular order either. These are just some of the sauces on assorted lists. So forgive me as I bounce around.
sauce.com.
Sauce.com. You know what? Here's one that I want to talk about a little. And this is not one specific sauce. There are a million different varieties of it.
Can I say something before you jump in?
What?
I love that beard. Does he look great with that
no,
beard
it's
or what?
incredible.
I'm sitting here
No.
looking. I'm like, look at this movie
It's
star.
no,
He's
it
sitting
is.
there, and I honestly got lost in your beard.
Hey, thanks,
I cannot
buddy.
tell you
No,
what you're
he's
saying.
ascended to
the
movie
hair
star
looks
status.
good in the beard.
Yeah.
And the salt and pepper. Remember, he used to be like, I don't want the salt and pepper.
Yeah.
Look at this.
The salt and pepper
It's
now.
it's like the butterflies fully out of the cocoon.
Yeah. When did he become a
thanks,
hot
fellas.
werewolf? Look at him.
About a month and a half
Look at
ago,
you.
maybe.
Yeah. you're
Yeah.
like, look, if it's not too much of a deal, I'm just gonna come and just gnaw the skin off of your bone.
Yeah.
And then
It's
turn you into one
midnight.
of us.
It's what Clint Culp says happens after you get on a show. They give you just a little bit of a Hollywood polish. Mark's got a Hollywood polish. You can see it. That's network
Look,
people
let me see your
working on it.
fingernails.
Yeah.
My fingernails are a little
Fingernails are pristine. He's been exfoliating.
Man, look at him.
All right. Well, thank you. That's very kind.
Sorry, you're going to say?
Are you?
Sorry.
I'm sorry that you no longer have your beard. Your face is lovely and adorable. Is this just beard envy, Hal?
No, I wasn't saying you'd say
you look
something about
so
me.
young without a beard.
Thank you.
You look like when I met you when you were like 23, 24.
That's
For real. Without a
crazy.
beard, it's pretty amazing.
Fellas, we've known each other
You look
since
like
we
the
were
headshot with a
children.
hammer.
Have all the people of the world seen the headshots that you did?
Oh,
with,
yeah.
It's
Hal
iconic.
basically did all of the Village People.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
And
is
didn't get work as any of them. It's
I
so
know.
weird.
It's so weird.
Give it time. Character
That's
actor.
right. You
That's when, if you have the soul of all the Village People, you start working early mid-40s.
You can't
That's
stop
when
the
it really,
music or
yeah.
me.
No.
Can't be stopped.
The sauce that I'm talking about, of course, has a million different varieties, but is ubiquitous in the United States and in many parts of the world. Hot sauce.
Oh, wow.
Oh, sure.
We've not talked about hots, but it's just chili pepper based. That's kind of all that you have to, like, that's where it starts.
Wow.
And a hot sauce, I think that includes, of course, Tabasco, Cholula, Frank's. Do we want to include
Sriracha.
Tapatio? That was going to be my question.
Sriracha
Does
feels like it's
sriracha
almost
get
its
its
own
own
thing.
Sure
thing?
could be. It's almost ketchupy too.
Sriracha is everywhere and is hugely crazy popular now.
I remember eating at like a fancy restaurant in Chicago where the meal I got came with aerated sriracha. So it was like a sriracha almost foam.
What?
And it was
You're kidding.
great.
One thing about sriracha you can combine with mayo for a sriracha mayo that's amazing, or a ketchup, a sriracha ketchup. Mm-hmm. You ever done that, Hal?
No.
Pretty incredible.
Look, you've known me for 20 years plus.
No sriracha?
That's quite an adventure you're talking about. Two sauces mixed?
Yeah, that's
Are
fair.
you mad?
That's very fair. Very fair.
I mean, a week apart, maybe. That is a mix for me.
Hal, I don't want to tell you, though, that you have had two sauces mixed. A lot of sauces you like, mayonnaise is the second sauce inside that sauce.
Why?
I
Don't
know,
tell him.
buddy.
Don't tell
I know.
him.
Let's take a little trip east right now and talk about some non-American sauces that will at least need honorable mentions, might make it to the finals. I think we know who a few of the finalists going in are. We already mentioned soy sauce. We also have gochujang, hoisin sauce, wasabi, all Asian-based sauces.
Love 'em.
The hoisin sauce
Wasabi will
is a
wake you
plum
up.
sauce, isn't it? Is that more of a plum?
It's a sweet sauce that's served
Fish
with
sauce, too.
Peking duck.
Fish
sauce.
sauce
Is another one made of it's super umami. Fermented fish with sugar, chili, lime juice, and garlic.
And you can use a mustard if you can't do fish. You can use a mustard and you get that umami in a dish.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Like a
Or,
yellow
sorry,
mustard
a
or
mushroom.
a
I was going to say. I was going to
An
say.
oyster mushroom or a trumpet mushroom, especially, has the most umami for some reason. Because there's a place over on Hollywood Boulevard where they have a substitute for fish sauce, and it's mushroom, and the food's still really great.
We should mention you're a vegan.
I am.
Yeah.
Surprisingly.
Do you want
a year and a half.
I can't believe someone else had to mention that you were a vegan, because usually a vegan will be the first one to tell you.
I'm out there trying to undo the damage they've been doing.
You are an iconoclast, my friend. You do not do what anybody would.
No,
suspect.
they're letting everybody know. And my thing is always, are you winning hearts and minds?
Yeah, exactly.
And they don't seem to be winning hearts and minds with their approach, so I try a more delicate approach of offering people a bite of a delicious sauce. That
You have made some
happens to be
delicious
vegan.
sauces.
That's all you can do. You just have to change how people eat.
You do have a good track record of just like, hey, you want to try these sliders I made? And they're always good.
And that's
They always
it.
have
That's
some
what you
sort of
can do.
crazy sauce on them.
Somehow people will come back to a food if it's delicious and surprising rather than being shamed into it, I think. But
Yeah.
we'll see.
And you also have a predisposed notion of what, like, the Impossible Burger, which I tried the White Castle version of it.
my
And I
God.
tried it next to, like, I had an actual, like, the meat and then the Impossible. The Impossible was better. And I knew going in, but you were the one who was like, it's really good, but without a guilt, like, hey, this is really good. I think you would like it. And so I was excited to try it.
It's shocking.
And it was fantastic.
Yeah, it's not. You should really try this. You'd like it. Also, the baby calf in City Slickers was named Norman.
Yeah. It was Norman.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, I don't know. I'd love to see people figure out a better way to get their ideas out there. Because right now you see a lot of groups that don't seem to do a terrific job of bringing people to their sides.
Yes.
So I think 2020 is all going to be about finding common ground and pitching a tent.
You know
I
what?
like it.
Yeah.
I like that. Let's stay in Asia and go to, if either of you guys Indian food fans?
Yes.
Sure.
Huge condiment in India.
Chutney.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Chutney's a big one.
Well,
Tamarind
even-
sauce also. Is
Oh,
pretty-
That is fruits and vegetables marinated in vinegar, spices, and sugar. It can be sweet, savory, or spicy. Tamarind is usually a frequent one. Mango, another frequent one.
Yes.
Harissa from Tunisia.
Sure.
Mm-hmm. Moving out of Asia, going into Africa. Are you guys harissa fans?
No, I don't know.
So harissa is it's a hot chili paste. The first place I ever had it was in Laurel Canyon. Not Laurel Canyon, in a Beechwood Canyon. At Beechwood Cafe, they do this salad that I love. It's kale, a poached egg, and harissa. And that's
Hollywood polished salad.
It is a Hollywood polished salad.
You're eating burgers. Now you're having harissa with your salt and pepper beer. Must be nice, Mark. Tell everyone back in Tennessee about the harissa. Hold on, can we stay in Asia very briefly?
Yeah.
Because I think one of my favorite foods, favorite people, they love a good sauce, and that's Korea.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you want to call it
gochujang, Korean.
There's also kimchi, which I don't know if you want to call kimchi a condiment. They have tons of condiments at the table.
They do. You know what I would call kimchi because it's like a whole vegetable.
Right.
I would call it a dressing or an accessory. Like slaw would be.
Oh God.
Or like I would equate it to like the lettuce and tomato on a burger.
Okay.
Well, not necessarily a whole side.
You can also
eat it
just eat it. Like,
and it's delicious.
Yeah.
And it smells, it smells strong.
Yeah. I think that's another like marker of a condiment, right? Is you wouldn't eat it. Like nobody's posting up with a bowl of ketchup and watching TV.
No, I have in a dark moment, but I work through it.
Me too.
Yeah.
I've definitely had my share of ketchup by itself or mustard.
Do you ever get non-Heinz ketchup? I did that this month for the first time in forever, and it's different. It's interesting. I'm like, I like artisanal, organic.
Yeah.
It's just, you want that perfect ketchup taste, and even if it's better ingredients, it's somehow off.
Yeah, they nailed it.
Yeah.
They nailed it.
No,
they have scientists whose whole job is just to go, is the balance right? Is the sweet? Is the salt? Is the
Take a look at this. I can't believe it.
Yes.
This ketchup tastes great.
Amazing. Printed.
Another sauce from Asia while we're still in Asia. Namjim Gai, sweet Thai chili sauce.
That's great stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Another really great one.
That's amazing. Have you ever done the Chinese chili oil? And it's got an older Chinese woman on the front. And it's a fermented black bean chili paste that is not that spicy, but it's life-changing.
Ooh, okay.
There's a place on Beverly, and I go there more often. Their dim sum is medium, but they have that sauce there on the table, so I'll always eat a ton of sauce.
You know, you don't have to go to that place if the food is medium. You can just go to the store and get that sauce, right?
Right, but then I'm not. The medium dim sum they make is better than my noble attempt.
Fair enough.
And they have that sauce, and it's just like on the table. And I mean, I go for it.
Let me ask you guys this. What is one thing? I'm trying to think of one for myself. I don't have one yet. I'll think of one. What is one thing that you put a sauce on that is not its intended use? I did think of one for me. I love steak fries or French fries dipped in A1.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's great. Do you do fries in mayo?
I'm not huge on fries, and
I love it though.
Yeah,
you make your own. Like I've been trying to cook at home. I make tons of frozen tater tots, and you do half mayo, half ketchup. It's incredible.
Yeah, that is what's that? Is that remoulade? No, that's not remoulade. That's tartar sauce. Not tartar sauce. Thousand Island is
tartar
ketchup.
Sauce is cocktail sauce.
You need
tartar sauce is tartar sauce is mayo. I think I've got it on one of these pages.
There's
cream of tartar.
Some
relish.
Is there cream of tartar?
Maybe a little bit of mustard in some of them. See, Spokane, what I love, they're huge tartars. So you go to get a burger in Spokane, you leave with ketchup and tartar. Mm-hmm. People dip their fries in tartar sauce.
Yeah.
And then they put them on burgers too. And it's really pretty good.
Yeah, I love ketchup on fries. I'm trying to think of other things. Like if I get like a French dip, I'll dip it in the au jus, like a
Arby's horsey sauce.
Arby's horsey sauce.
You like Arby's horsey sauce?
I love which is mayo and horseradish sauce. That's the combo.
What about the Sling Blade? Would you do ketchup or mustard?
Mustard on a biscuit?
Fries? Mustard and French fries.
I like mustard and French fries.
I'll do that sometimes.
Sling Blade.
Yeah, Carl does. I'm gonna get some French fry potatoes, mustard.
Yeah,
but like I'll do a few sauces when I'm with fries. A bigger ketchup, maybe a little mayo.
So you'll have just like a little...
I'm moving it around, maybe 1 out of every 7 to 10 fries, I'm doing the mustard.
At a salsa bar,
Sling Blade.
Do you get one of each?
Salsa bar, you've seen me, I go nuts there.
Yeah, you may get 2 of each.
Yeah.
And sometimes you'll come back with an empty ramekin just to mix up a couple of them.
For sure. And then that salsa is not just for the chips, that's for your meal too. I'm dumping that on my burrito.
Sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you got
guacamole.
Would we call
guacamole
a condiment? Interesting.
See, I think it's a dip. You can put it on things, but it's more.
But if guacamole's a dip, salsa's a dip.
Yeah, it is.
And staying in India, raita. Is that how you say it? Raita. How do you say it? It's like that chilled yogurt that you use to cool stuff down, but you'll dip like a chunk of meat in it just to cool it down. Is that a dip? I mean, that feels more like a dipping sauce. There's a sauce, a dip, and a dipping sauce.
What about as Ray Butcher called it, America sauce, ranch dressing? Is that a condiment or is that a dip?
That feels like a salad dressing.
By the way, salad dressing is a condiment. First introduced in 1914.
It can be if you talk about using something different, because I'm always improvising with sauces. Mm-hmm. And if I don't see stuff at a ballpark I like, you can use a ranch, you can use a barbecue sauce, you can just start improvising.
What's your salad dressing of choice?
Salad dressing of choice is usually now, sadly, like oil and vinegar. Pretty basic. But sometimes I'll do like a fun miso.
Oh,
I love miso. It's really good for you. So I'll do like a miso dressing. It really makes me happy.
Sticking around in Asia, you mentioned miso, also a great condiment. Another great one is, this one feels more like a finishing oil, is toasted sesame oil.
Yeah.
But like just a few drops of it added into anything gives it that very specific flavor. That's toasted sesame, Asian umami flavor.
Mongolian barbecue.
Yep.
Oh, I love it. Oh, we're overdue to go there.
Frank. I know.
I had Mongolian barbecue for lunch.
No, we got it. Where?
I was with Fred and Millie at the mall. We went.
Yeah, you didn't go to real Mongolian barbecue.
No, we went to Great Cons, the one where they just have the big flat.
Which mall?
No, that is a Mongolian barbecue where they work in a circle. But there's a place down in Manhattan Beach where I took Eric years ago. We went a few times.
It's so good.
It's the best Mongolian barbecue I've ever had.
Well, I'll have to go. Well, did you just do the that guy thing? They're like, oh, you haven't really had Mongolian barbecue.
No, I'm saying you've definitely had it. I don't think you've had it this good.
You said you had it at a mall.
Yeah.
The house talking fine dining, friend. You're talking about a mall with a child.
Yeah, but hey, mall food. Look. Jonathan Gold taught us the best food is not always found in the fanciest restaurants.
That's true, but this Mongolian Sbarro. You're gonna hang yourself with that rope.
I had
friend.
This.
Yeah.
It's not the hill I'm gonna go.
You can get potatoes better than they make them at Surfside Fries. There's no doubt.
I almost got a Charlie's cheesesteak today.
You did?
Charlie, what's that? Isn't that the name of it? Charlie's?
Charlie's?
The Philadelphia cheesesteak place that's in all the malls?
Sure. I think so.
I never heard of that.
Your face just got so angry.
Yeah. I was saying, here it is.
I've eaten it.
Here comes the fascist.
Yeah, here comes the fascist.
Here he comes. I'm mad.
No, it's not. They don't do the
profit off of my mother dish.
Oh yeah. How about if I went to Surfside Fries with you, what I would put on there is vinegar. Like the English do that.
I do like
malt vinegar and then the ketchup and then the tartar and
I have one more Asian sauce I'd like to talk about.
Your palate is
dude.
Crazy good.
One more Asian sauce I'd like to talk about.
Please.
Teriyaki sauce.
Oh, big friend.
Mm-hmm.
But that feels more like
it's a sauce. Less sauce than condiment.
Less sauce than condiment.
Well, I mean,
in the way that if we jump over toward the Mediterranean and go to Italy, pesto feels like a condiment. Marinara feels like a sauce.
Although pesto is generally used as like a pasta finisher.
But I've seen it also as like a burger spread or like bruschetta. You know what I mean?
But that feels like we're doing something different. This ain't your daddy's burger.
No,
we put pine nuts on it.
Yeah.
A few other honorable mentions I'd like to throw out.
Please.
One that's already been mentioned. Pickle relish.
Love it.
We mentioned mango chutney. We didn't mention pickle relish. Shows up
these
as
are
one of the
fermented foods. So like sauerkraut, kimchi,
it's not fermented. Pickles
relish.
aren't fermented. They're just pickled. They don't have to sit for that long, and they don't like.
But it's similar. And
it's good.
Yeah,
it's better.
Stewing in a thing for a long time.
Yeah.
Horseradish sauce from England.
I like a good horseradish. We ate at Tam O'Shanter's like last month, and I got a prime rib, and I got like the pure radish, and if I got too much on my tongue, I got that thing where the hot air came through my nose. It was great
because they have like
it literally opens your sinuses.
Yeah,
you can have cream sauce.
Food is wonderful for your heart. It's like
you can have cream sauce, or you can have like creamed horseradish sauce, or you had like just the straight horseradish sauce.
Yeah. I don't like the creamy. Just give me that straight horseradish. Give me that like shredded root.
Oh,
that's what I want.
Yeah, that's what I want
although
too.
Arby's kills the sauce game with none of the horsey sauce. Arby's sauce is very good, but the one on the beef and cheddar is called Red Ranch.
Okay.
And when I was indulging in a lot of beef and cheddars over at the One-Eyed Gower friends, I would order the beef and cheddars with extra Red Ranch sauce. And that's not like widely known.
I've heard that order before.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. I also got busted by that manager.
For what?
Real early, like 2002-ish, of like coming back to me times and saying they'd screwed up my order and trying to get free beef and cheddars when I had no money. The guy finally busted me. He's like, there weren't that many convertible Sebrings coming through with that kind of body damage. So he's like, and it's weird because he's still like the manager there. And like, you know,
so when you go by,
well, luckily you're not a guy you're not a guy with a distinct look.
Yeah, thank God for that. Yeah,
you're not 6.5 feet tall and wearing a Hawaiian shirt.
No,
I still remember. You remember when you talked us into Disneyland?
That's right.
Because of the tickets I had.
What?
I had gone with my cousin. He'd gotten us the 2-park pass. I thought it was just a 2-day pass. Like you use one and then you have 30 days to use it again. For Eric's birthday, I was like, let's go to Disneyland. I have a ticket. So we go and we get to the gate and they say, I'm sorry, these have already been used in Disneyland. You can only go to California Adventure. And I think you almost like started shedding a tear. You're like, it's my birthday and I know we use them.
Yep.
And then like, this is the most Disney thing possible. Woman's like, wait here. And she comes back like 5 minutes later and says, I know that you're not right, but I'm going to let you in the park anyway. Because you can't upset a customer.
Yeah.
No. Then we went and had a lovely day at Disneyland.
We had an incredible time.
You guys.
Yeah. It was
I mean, look, you've
Axel.
You have figured it out, Axel. Yeah. You have figured it out.
It's supposed to be called Michael Jackson sitting on top of the world.
You mentioned another one. Now we're getting to some of do you think there's anything in that mix that is going to be able to go head to head in a Royal Rumble against some of these WCW World Condiment Wrestling superstars?
Are we counting soy sauce as one of the superstars?
I think we're counting soy sauce as one of the superstars.
I don't think there's anything in there that would displace one of the top, like Mount Rushmore top dogs.
Are there any in that mix that I mentioned so far, or are there any that I did not mention in that mix that you want to shout out?
You mentioned duck sauce briefly when we were talking like sweet and sour sauce.
I love that.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Especially you mix it with the Chinese hot mustard.
Oh, yeah.
Friend.
So good.
Yeah, it's incredible.
The sweet and sour sauce at Genghis Cohen on Fairfax. If you're ever out here,
is it like that
LA,
bright pink sweet and sour sauce?
Like crispy wontons.
Sweet. Yes.
We those up.
Oh my God. They're so good. So good. I think about it. So the diet on Saturdays are my cheat day. And sometimes I'll just get like a box of food from Genghis Cohen. It's like, give me 2 orders of the egg rolls and the sweet and sour, and then also the mustard. So the mustard's like nuclear hot.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good.
That's awesome.
Is it Saturday? Nope, it's Monday.
Sorry, buddy.
But that's awesome. They've proven the science. You do it once a week.
Mm-hmm.
The Rock does it.
Yep. I'm on the Rock's diet. The Rock and I are pretty similar.
Really? I see it. I can
see it.
It's why
you dropped what? 50 pounds, you said?
Yeah, like 53, 55.
And more than that, you look great. Sometimes people lose weight and they're a weird different color. And like, what are you doing? I've just been having some Crystal Light. It's like, I see him like, oh, it looks f***ing great. It's like, you see someone like, oh no, is this a window to, I've been collecting old magazines too.
I wear a Jack LaLanne exercise belt and I eat 1 saltine every day.
If Jack lets me.
There is one that I want to pull out of that group. Hot sauce.
Yeah.
Sure.
So I'm going to say that these are the ones, we'll take a little break, and these are the ones that we will come back and talk about.
Okay.
And that will be ketchup, mustard, mayo, barbecue sauce, soy sauce, hot sauce.
Hot sauce.
That's our Mount Rushmore.
That's our six.
Our big 7.
That's our big 6 to go in, right?
Is that 6 or 7?
That is 6.
All right, let me do it again. Mustard, mayo, ketchup, soy sauce, hot sauce.
Barbecue sauce.
Barbecue sauce.
Okay.
We'll allow it.
Let's take a little break. We'll be right back.
Yay.
Hey, I'm Dan McCoy.
I'm Stuart Wellington.
And I'm Elliot Kalin. Together we're The Flophouse,
A podcast where we watch a bad movie and then talk about it.
Movies like Space Hobos, Into the Outer Reaches of the Unknown and the Things That We Don't Know, the movie, and also Who's That Grandma?
Zazzle Zippers, Breakdown 2, and Backhanded Compliment.
Elvis is a policeman.
Baby Crocodile and the Happy Twins.
Leftover potatoes?
Station Wagon 3.
Herbie Goes to Hell.
New episodes available every other Saturday.
Available at MaximumFun.org or wherever you get your
Macho Man to the top rope. The flying elbow. The cover. We've got a new champion.
We're here with Macho Man Randy Savage after his big win to become the new world champion. What are you going to do now, Match?
I'm going to go listen to the newest episode of the Tights and Fights podcast. Oh, yeah.
Tell us more about this podcast.
It's the podcast of power, too sweet to be sour, funky like a monkey, woke discussions, man, and jokes about wrestlers' fashion choices, myself excluded. Yeah.
I can't wait to listen.
Neither can I. You can find it Saturdays on Maximum Fun. Oh, yeah. Dig it.
All right, we're back. Oh, are you recording now?
I never stopped.
Oh, okay.
That was a good intro too, Mark.
Yeah.
You were really going there.
I wasted it.
Right?
Powerful.
Don't coast on the beard.
Yeah, dude. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
All right, we're back, and we're talking about what we have deemed the Big Six.
Big Six.
The Big Six: soy sauce, barbecue sauce,
hot sauce,
ketchup, mayo, mustard.
Yeah. How do you want to do this?
I don't know. Let's start with the ones with sauce in the name.
Let's figure out our definition of what are we looking for? Are we talking about the greatest sauce?
We're talking. Yeah. Well, that's a good idea. This is a good time to talk about criteria.
If you have a piece of meat, a piece of chicken, a salad in your hand.
Mm-hmm. If you have a salad in your hand,
something from that you can put on that will make all those better. Weirdly, the first one that jumped to my mind is almost like barbecue sauce.
Something that makes all of them better? Because that's the thing. That's that answer. So I think we're looking at two different kinds of versatility. We're looking at flavor versatility and culinary versatility, right? Would that be fair to say?
Okay.
That would the second would be, or the flavor versatility would be that one. If it's any food at all that you just go, this is going to make it better. A lot of, spots around here would say ranch.
Yeah.
That you can put ranch on anything. But we kind of didn't mention ranch for very long.
I want to take Eric's temperature on something because I know you're a ketchup guy and I am too. I think ketchup is great and adds a lot of flavor, but I also think it can be used as a masking agent.
God, yeah.
So whatever you're having, the ketchup dominates.
Oh, for sure.
And I don't feel that way with mustard necessarily. It's strong, but even if you thin it out, it's like a small amount of ketchup is going to have a stronger amount of flavor than a small amount of mustard. Even like the craziest mustard you can think of.
Oh, yeah. And you can mix mustard with mayo. You can mix mustard with ketchup.
Sure.
And I love a good mustard. If I'm okay with just ketchup or just mustard on something.
Yeah.
And there's a million different kinds of mustard too. There's a million different kinds of barbecue sauce. And that I guess begs another question in talking about, we've got versatility as a thing we want to look at. I want to throw out variety versus uniformity. Mm-hmm. Ketchup kind of always, I know there are variances within like Heinz and Hunt's, but ketchup is pretty much ketchup. Right. You can't get Dijon ketchup and stone ground ketchup. And I mean, you can, I guess.
Chipotle ketchup, sriracha ketchup.
That's true. These are things that you make at home though, generally.
No, they sell them now.
You can buy them, but
those are like,
that's a lot of burger places have their own fancy ketchup.
Right. But you're not going to go into a restaurant and say, it would be as common to go into a restaurant and say, yeah, do you have Chipotle ketchup as it would be to go to a bar and be like, I'll have a Bud Light lime.
All right,
you know what I mean? Like they're specific. Now I feel like the lawyering has to happen because we have so clearly team ketchup.
Yeah. So also mayo. I mean, I know Hal's not mayo, but God, I love mayo.
Mayo is,
I think, so indulgent. It's so delicious. You can mix it with so many other things like
your trash can.
Oh, Hal, aka my stomach. It's so good.
And I think it has the most culinary versatility. Mm. You can do the most things with mayo.
But I feel like mayo is rarely something, unless it's like a turkey sandwich, you're not putting mayo on something by itself. Is that fair to say?
Well, like that's if you're not true. You're not. I mean,
if you're getting a burger, do you think the majority of people will just I just dump I squeeze the mayo out, I put it on, and then that's what I have.
You need more. I would do mayo, ketchup, mustard.
On a burger, I've seen just straight mayo, and that's it.
But it's rare.
It's rare. It adds to the flavor profile, but it can't, mustard you can put on by itself. My dad does it on veggie burgers. Ketchup you can put on by itself.
Yeah.
Soy sauce can go on something by itself.
Mm-hmm.
Mayo, I think, is a great ingredient. And it can be on something like a turkey sandwich, your flavor profile is so low that all of a sudden it stands out. And it's like, oh, this is creamy. And it's giving it.
But that could be any sandwich, though. It doesn't just have to be turkey. Like,
no, it does though, because it
specifically turkey.
Well, something like a turkey sandwich has kind of like a flat flavor to it.
Yeah.
So for a lot of people, for me, I just want tomato slices. The acidity is enough for me to fill it out. A mayo gives it like a little creaminess, right?
Let me ask you this, Hal.
Like a hamburger should have some flavor unless it's a bad hamburger.
Let me ask you this. If you're going to have that turkey sandwich,
yes,
which of these side dishes would you like? Potato salad? Pasta salad? Egg salad, tuna salad. You see where I'm going with this?
Yeah, they all have an ingredient in them, and that ingredient is mayo.
Yeah, they all have mayo in them. Mayo is the most, I think inarguably mayo is the most versatile
I'll take the potato chips.
There you go.
Fair enough.
Touche.
But I think mayo is inarguably the most versatile.
Sure.
But the versatility comes at the cost of being on its own, not as iconic.
Yeah.
I'm with Counselor Lublin here.
Yeah.
Because when I'm doing a burger, I am doing mayo.
Hold on,
I'm doing ketchup and I'm mixing it all. And the mayo makes the ketchup creamier. It makes the mustard creamier.
Yeah.
But on its own, it's not as dramatic.
And if you have to cut one, if I tell you only get 2, which one goes?
I hate to say it, and I'm a big mayo defender, but I'd probably cut mayo. In lieu of, and I'm going to go ketchup and mustard.
Sure.
And also, if I'm already having a burger, let's address the elephant in the room. That mayo's not great for me. So if I can just do
90 calories per tablespoon of mayo versus 6 calories per tablespoon of ketchup.
Here's one. Do you want to know what the secret ingredient is in vegan mayo that at least one company uses?
I don't know, tiers of meat eaters?
Yeah. They collect them over on La Brea.
Nice.
No, it's something called aquafaba. And it's the water that comes, you should Google it, but it's the water.
Yes. Chickpea water.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
it's a good binder.
It is shocking they do that, and I hate seaweed. And I wish I liked it better because it's so good for you, but I revile it, but they put seaweed in this mayo too, and you can't tell.
Can I point out something from just a couple of minutes ago that made me laugh? That you turned to me and addressed me as counselor, and then turned to Hal and addressed him as counselor, thereby, in that moment, deeming yourself the ultimate judge of this episode.
Clearly. Here I sit. That's why I'm here. It's the Valley on a Monday night. I didn't come here not to win.
And you are wearing those robes.
Please.
That's true.
Oh, yeah. I've got to return by 11, though. So let's eliminate barbecue sauce.
Hollywood Toy Costume is sending over one of those stripper bodyguards to come.
I do want to, you mentioned barbecue sauce. Before we get to the big 3, because I think it's going to be one of the big 3 that we're now, the magnet keeps pulling us toward those, but I don't want to give short shrift to soy sauce, which we did mention a little while ago, or barbecue sauce. Having a brother who runs a barbecue restaurant with multiple barbecue sauces, I would be a real terrible brother if I didn't at least point out that barbecue sauce is the version that we know is a distinctly American flavor. We've talked a lot about British sauces, mayonnaise being a French sauce. That is the flavor of America. It's used in the cooking of the meat. It's used on the meat when you're done. You can dip your fries in it. Like barbecue sauce is another one of those. I think it's got a good combination of versatility, variety, and uniformity in that there's lots of different ways to tweak it, but it always tastes like barbecue sauce.
And what does it taste like?
Barbecue sauce? Like sweet, smoky. A lot of them have molasses. Some have a little bit of pepper, vinegary.
What about ones that are mustard based that don't taste sweet at all? Or ones that are vinegar based that don't taste sweet at all? You're describing Tennessee barbecue.
Hal, just because Eric has pitted us as adversaries,
no, but I'm saying
doesn't mean we have to be adversaries.
No, fight. You should have heard what he's saying about you in the other room.
It's mayonnaise, asked and answered.
Hal, you should have heard what he said about you.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, you jerk.
But I did want to mention barbecue sauce. I don't know that it's necessarily going to.
It's too divided. Like we did a whole episode on barbecue sauce.
And Hal's right. Like I did a minor league baseball barbecue tour with my dad years ago, and the difference in sauce in every region you go to in the South is amazing.
Yeah,
every
and they're all
city
great.
has their love it.
They're all great.
You go to like Greenville, South Carolina, it's a mustardy, vinegary affair.
Yeah,
it's great, but it's very different. But I love a good barbecue.
Even like I think North Carolina has 2 different versions. Like they've got the vinegar version. And there's a sweeter. Like as you move, they're all great. I love them.
And
all.
again, they'll fight and say this is the best version. They'll double down like, no, that's not even good.
Yeah, and Alabama, you would hate Alabama's barbecue sauce, Hal.
Why?
Because it's
made of cilantro?
No, it's mayonnaise based.
That's right.
Alabama has white barbecue sauce.
Yeah, I'm going to pass on that.
Yeah.
That's a no for me, dog.
It's I'm a mayo fan, but it's a little different even.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little different. Just because, we're so used to the other kind.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to read you some facts about, I'm shifting gears here.
You read
now.
a fact and let's see if we can guess which one it's about. For 100 points.
Yeah. I'm going to read a handful of facts here.
Okay, just a handful.
And some of these are,
Lies.
You'll see.
Okay.
The ancient Romans used to consider this both a medical and culinary wonder. They would smear it on themselves to cure everything from epilepsy, which does not work, to lethargy, which might work, to hysterical females, which is very old and problematic.
Yeah, but I wanted to try it.
This food contains phytonutrients known as glucosinolates. They are an antioxidant that is very anti-inflammatory. It is a cancer preventive. It is an excellent source of selenium and magnesium, which helps with cancer prevention, arthritis, asthma, high blood pressure, and migraines. And it can lower your cholesterol.
Apple cider vinegar.
How?
That sounds right. I'm going to say mustard.
Mustard is correct.
No!
Wow.
Yeah.
So there's a reason why. Our body craves it. There's a reason why we love
mustard.
Mustard.
Now,
you're kidding. What is it, from the mustard seed and the fermentation?
It's from the mustard seed, which basically it's just powdered mustard seeds with vinegar as the reactivating agent to make a paste.
You're kidding.
And sometimes not even ground. That's when you get the whole mustard or Dijon mustard made with the white wine. Or white wine vinegar.
This is really weird. And I'm just realizing this now. Mm-hmm. In my entire life, I've had like a lot of different types of mustard. I don't think I've ever had one I didn't enjoy. Like I've always liked every mustard I've had.
Yeah.
Ketchup, I'm pickier. And mustard, I prefer like the crazy chemically yellow mustard, but like a good stone ground mustard is really good.
I will put mustard on a lot of different things. A mustard on a sausage, like going to a German restaurant and ordering a sausage, just get like 2 or 3 different mustards on the side.
Spicy mustard.
That super hot mustard that comes with Chinese food is one of my all-time
favorites. Yeah, it's horseradish mustard.
Yeah.
Any like hot mustard you get with like a pretzel is really good.
Incredible.
Gulden's was mine growing up, was my favorite.
Great.
For me, I know you came in on Team Ketchup. For me, I'm a mustard guy. That is my personal favorite. I don't know if it wins. It definitely wins health-wise for all of its benefits.
Yeah, I'm going to be using mustard even more now.
Yeah, mustard is great for you. And ketchup only has 6 calories to mayonnaise's 90. Mustard has half of what ketchup has, 3 calories.
But mayonnaise does make you feel better about your problems.
Sure. Yeah, man, I get it. Look.
All right. I'm just stating that. But
by the way, before we do that, I keep bouncing around, but are we eliminating hot sauce?
Yes.
Just too many varieties.
But I'd be curious.
And not everybody can handle heat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like mustard has a lot of variety. And I know there are milder hot sauces, but the whole point is to give you like a good burn. Like you're supposed to feel some heat.
I like a tiny little bit of hot sauce to make something just a little spicier. I don't like to do the whole like make it where I can't taste my food kind of thing. Like that, my buddy Brian in New York, we go to this place called Catfish. It's delicious, but they brought me a plate of food once and he's like, "Oh, you got to try this hot sauce." And they go to a cabinet, unlock it, take it out, and he pours it all over his plate because he's from Nashville and can handle crazy hot stuff. I put a tiny drop of it on my rice and I had to return the whole plate and get another plate of food. Wow. Because just the capsaicin aura around the plate had destroyed it.
Did you pay for that second plate of food?
I did pay for the second plate of food because
That's
it was my own fault.
Yeah.
Mama's little cash maker
coming out of the cabinet. That's what they do. So it's not hot sauce. Though I'm a hot sauce fan.
Soy.
Sriracha, an amazing hot sauce, originally from the town of Sriracha in Thailand. I love all these weird little.
Oh, it's the best.
Look, I spent an afternoon on this, learning all these little ridiculous things.
Mark worked hard on his report.
I'm not pointing out that I worked hard on my report. I'm pointing out that my brain now has way more dumb facts about condiments that. I'm putting them in short-term memory and then saying them out loud so they'll wind up eventually in long-term memory.
Your brain is full of facts that you say out loud.
All right.
And your beard is full of Hollywood shine. Look at that thing.
Your face looks like a beautiful baby.
It's like a marquee. It doesn't work. You're on television, man. It's something different. Look at it.
Hollywood Paul.
All right.
Look how it ends
Stop.
with the neck
No,
perfect. The line is perfect.
That's a professional doing that.
Yeah.
We know our friend did not do that.
No, I mean, at this point,
No.
it's just by command.
Oh, yeah.
Just go,
He
"Stop."
snaps his finger. Somebody drives up from Pico.
Yeah.
Come on.
Wow.
All right. Mustard, mayonnaise, and ketchup.
That's not mayonnaise.
How?
It's not.
I'm with you. I think we eliminated it. I think
I don't know that we did because it is
Two of us have said it's eliminated.
And I love this stuff. And like I said, it makes me feel better about things.
Makes him feel better.
Are we making two? So it sounds like you were making from before.
Yeah.
It sounds like you were making a distinction between, because this feels a little like cheating, but I'll allow it. Distinction between mayo as a condiment and mayo as an ingredient.
Right.
Is that correct?
That is correct.
And he swayed me.
All right.
I mean, I'm a mayonnaise guy.
So mayo, the ingredient, is one thing. Mayo, the condiment, is a different thing.
Sure.
Well, it's also the other thing with mayo that we have to address with it as a condiment, and I'm shocked it took us this long to get here, is it can be a stone cold killer. People have died from mayo being left out at buffets and at ball games. It's the only one that you have to manage like it's uranium.
Yeah, I had to cancel a date from a 4 a.m. sandwich I'd had the night before.
Yeah, see, and maybe we're okay eliminating.
That's a true story.
I know it is.
Sure, it is.
I didn't think you were joking.
But if we're talking about it only does this strictly when used as a condiment, maybe we can eliminate the one condiment that kills.
I think that's fair. We want people to live.
We want life. We got this. It's always been
we're of the people of this world who are eating food to be able to live out a long life and enjoy more food.
With the condiments they choose.
And not have some egg yolks and oil murder them.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine dying and knowing it's because mayo?
I imagine if you leave it out long enough that it slides across the table like the blue Jell-O from Better Off Dead.
God. No, can you imagine? You've seen it where it just has that. You're like, someone's going to die from this mayo.
Yeah,
yeah. If it's got like stiff peaks like a good meringue, but those stiff peaks are clear
or they're yellowing.
Yeah.
Hollandaise.
Brown.
A lot of people get sick from bad hollandaise.
Oh yeah, sure. Anything with eggs.
Yeah, anything with A's at the end.
Speaking of which,
Lyonnaise, hollandaise, mayonnaise.
If they could make a condiment that's like a cold hollandaise. Nobody's really done it yet.
Yeah, it's impossible though because
really hard.
Breaks.
It's
That's
really,
the thing.
really hard.
It's got to be tempered just right. I do want to. I hate to fact check you on something.
But
no, you don't.
Once at. Yeah, I really don't. Once at the Akansha Food Products plant in Lucknow, Indiana, a worker was tending a massive 6-meter deep vat of fermented vegetables that was going to be turned into ketchup. And in that vat of eventual ketchup, this worker drowned. So mayonnaise is not the only condiment that has killed someone.
Yeah, look, we're not looking for the origin of the Joker. We're looking for finished food that made somebody sick.
And I'm okay if his family yells at me about not putting ketchup on a hot dog.
Okay, so so we've eliminated mayo. So it's down to what I thought it would be. Yeah. What we probably all thought it would be is ketchup or mustard.
Yeah.
Though I didn't expect mayo to get. I expected it to get eliminated. I didn't expect it to get tarred, feathered, and ridden out of town on a rail.
Isn't mayonnaise French for the silent killer?
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
That's what they call it.
Oh, yeah. Jack the Ripper dripping in mayo.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's loud, too. Yeah.
Didn't I read that entire phrase on a Hallmark card once?
It did, but they rejected it.
Yeah.
It was only for one season. They get real political.
Yeah. Remember on Twin Peaks when it turned out that mayonnaise actually killed Laura Palmer?
That's right. Oh, the studio demanded they do that.
Yeah. They gave her a whole bucket of it in that railroad car. That's what did it. Tied her up
just know, more mayo. Trust me on that. Guys, mayo's killing people every day. We need to steer them toward a stone ground mustard.
Journeyman Eric, why is it that you do such a great David Lynch impression?
Because I got to be on Twin Peaks.
Yeah.
Yay! My favorite show. He's my hero.
Your favorite show.
Yeah.
How cool is that?
Yeah, it's amazing.
All right, so it's ketchup or mustard.
I think the medicinal just changed everything. And I know about this stuff. The medicinal value of mustard.
Yeah, I think
just as a public goodwill, we should call it.
It's got the variety. It's got the punch. It's got the medicinal value.
Hal's point, he's never had a bad mustard. Yeah. I even just found a random one I started getting on Amazon, which is kind of fun. It's called Stadium Mustard.
Okay.
It just tastes like ballpark hot dog mustard.
It sounds like the third guy in the left row. But it's stadium mustard, and it's from the stadium in Cincinnati. I'm not a Bengals or a Reds fan. I respect Pete Rose, but it's their mustard, and it's phenomenal. Stadium mustard. And I'll start all these ingredients. The other thing, when we were talking earlier about utility, when I think about making my own salad dressings, because I don't want to be, boring with just oil and vinegar, I'm always going for a mustard.
Mustard's always in my salad dressing.
And you add some honey, you can add a little bit of maple, but mustard also really can... It can condomize anything.
It feels like it's got a lot of culinary uses.
Yeah.
I do cook with a lot of mustard. All those salads I mentioned before, potato salad, egg salad.
Also have mustard in them.
Mine, when I make them, I always put a little bit of mustard in them because you get that good zip. You get that acidity from the vinegar. Yeah. You get that, sort of pungent aromatic from the mustard powder.
Mm-hmm.
Let's not forget In-N-Out. If you order an animal style, the final thing they do is fry it in mustard on that grill.
Is it really?
The actual mustard is fried on the grill.
Oh.
On the burger. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. You can taste it. Animal style.
This is a surprise.
Yeah.
I think we have our answer.
Yeah.
I think we do too.
Wow. People of the world. Here's the thing with ketchup. There's only one good ketchup. And don't at me. I don't want your garbage takes.
Go.
Heinz ketchup.
At me, garbage takes friend.
Yeah, do it.
Aim it at Eric. You're going to have the entire army of the Hunt's family.
That's right.
Coming for you now. Because they have test marketed that stuff.
Let's go.
But John Kerry is a war hero and he's got the Heinz backing him.
Yeah,
so
I'm
we need
surfing my way to freedom.
We need some ketchup army.
That's even though they're the Pittsburgh Steelers official field, I'm an Eagles fan. I'm okay. Keep it in the state. That's fine.
I respect the Steelers.
But like I said, I've never had a bad mustard before.
No.
They're all good. No. All different varieties.
Even the yellow one you talked about when you said chemically?
Yeah.
Because that's what I thought.
Classic French's mustard.
It's just good for you.
Yeah.
You know who liked classic French's Americana mustard? The late Anthony Bourdain.
See?
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
If it's good enough for Anthony, it's good enough for you.
Yeah.
And that's why the answer is mustard. Asked and answered.
Wow.
Boom.
Look at that.
Eric.
I love you guys.
Love
you
too,
buddy.
This is so fun.
Thank you for joining. How about you come back for another one?
I'm so in.
In like 5 minutes.
I'm in.
We're going to do another one with you. You're going to be our guest in residence.
Yay!
Is there anything you want to plug? Anything out there?
We got this.
All right.
My favorite podcast.
You should listen to We Got This.
Listen to We Got This, everybody.
Check it out if you haven't. They just did an episode on condiments. It was really good.
Oh, yeah.
Because of the guest.
Underrated.
That's right. This is settled. Mustard, people. There are a lot of other topics out there. We want to hear from you. So
reach out to us on Twitter at We Got This Tweets. Check out the Maximum Fun subreddit or
email us at wegotThisPodcast@gmail.com or go to our Facebook group. Talk about the condiments you love. Let's love all condiments because they all have a place in this world. There's room for every condiment in this world if every condiment makes some room. Pete's Dragon, 1977. Facebook.com/groups/We Got This Podcast. Thank you to producer Ken Plume, researcher Kate McManus, graphic designer Eric Hillman, and QA engineer Jen Alba.
And thanks, of course, to our musicians, Jonathan Dinerstein and Mike Furman, for our score and theme song, respectively. And thanks to you, our listeners.
Practice safe eating. Use a condiment.
We made it so long.
I'm so sorry.
We made it so long.
I'm so sorry. I had to. You know me. You know what? The devil in. At one point, he's going to burn your drink. Sorry. I was real good.
People of the world, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Just if for nothing else, that moment.
Yes.
For Hal Lublin, I'm Mark Gagliardi.
For Mark Gagliardi, I'm Hal Lublin. And don't worry, everybody.
We got this.
We got this.
MaximumFun.org.
Comedy and culture.
Artist owned. Audience supported.